Did I pass the test?
What specific that goes a lot.
Start the timer, like click the green button, 30 seconds out, which I'm trying to read right now how this works. I've never done this before, so it's kind of...
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, what do you have to say?
Hi, I'm Eric Rudin, candidate for Congressional District 2. Help us defeat Ann Kirkpatrick. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Trump 2020.
Trump 2020.
I just got the candidate.
It's like within that was Saturday, by Monday.
Oh no, it's good. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, I know. I'm gonna go take it off.
Okay,
I just wanted to see what the layout.
Facebook, so everyone will be listening and watching at home. Please feel free to get some nachos, a cold drink, join up for the RNAJ. And right now, I would like to invite all those candidates who are not in the debate that are here. If they would like to come up on stage, we will allow you a couple of minutes to do an intro, talk about yourself, what you're running for.
All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming out today. I hope you found a piece of shade to stay a little cooler. My name is John Backer. I'm running for Board of Supervisors in District 4. Some of you realize that I'm running against a fellow Republican, and some might have some heartburn with that.
Supervisors. Yeah, let's get all these guys on the board, you guys.
Hi, as she just mentioned, Martina, my name is Fernando Gonzalez. I'm running for Board of Supervisors in District 5. I ran about 8 years ago.
We have Michael Hicks. He will be running for LD 10 Congress.
Well, State House. So thank you for having this. This is awesome. I think this is a good turnout so far. Yes, I'm running for LD 10 State House. This is an important, so you know, this is an important election.
Hello, how are you?
Nachos.
There you go. Come on down.
Thank you so much. Cynthia?
Keep Arizona great. Nachos.
Remember, the more nachos, the more macho.
This is for.
I need 3 then.
You stayed up all night and that one. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Give me 3.
Hey, what are you having?
Brandon Martin for
Ooh,
Congress.
there we
Yay.
go. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm sweating already.
Okay. Okay, well, you were saying. Okay.
I'll take a water, please.
Your undivided attention. We now would like to commence the debate portion, well, not the debate portion, but the formal portion of our program. And we will begin with Fernando Gonzalez, who will be doing the invocation.
Okay, everybody, we need your attention. Okay, let us go ahead and pray. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for our First Amendment rights, Lord, that we have the ability to assemble and be here today.
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ann Kirkpatrick for one reason and one reason only, and it's on display all across this country, and we've seen a little bit of it here in Tucson, Arizona. They saw a lot of it up in Scottsdale. We have zero leadership in this country.
Zero.
And what I mean by that, and I'm not talking about President Trump, I'm talking about in members of Congress. And this is why, this is what happens when we have the well-pedigreed and well-connected who are not in any way, shape, matter, or form connected with the average American.
Providing us this forum. I greatly appreciate it. I'd also like to thank everybody here that's actually attending out here in the heat and the cars, and I greatly appreciate you for being here as well. And I think having a path to success is very important with our community. I have a proven success.
As an Army interrogator deployed to Afghanistan,
I've seen the national security issues facing our nation. And right here in Congressional District 2, we have Fort Huachuca and Davis-Monthan Airport.
Good afternoon. I'm happy to be participating in a small role in this
Administration laid out in a stage opening as it actually progressed. The second thing is I think that he tried to walk a fine line with some of his orders. When he was one of the few states that actually kept a lot of things open when everybody completely shut everything
He
down.
obviously did not take as draconian measures as other states, like Michigan, for example, and I commend him for that. That being said, is long after it became obvious from the data and the fact...
You are the token Latina for tonight, Carol. Awesome. So I am jumping in here fashionably.
Okay, the next question is...
What's going to benefit the most people in our community? There are always those that are going to be upset with what you do, namely Democrats. But at the same time, if it improves...
Here's the last question for you guys, and this really does have to do with the economy. After COVID, businesses are suffering. Our economy is suffering. People are unemployed. They're having to rely on the government, which is what the other side wanted. That being said, what do you anticipate and what do you have in mind to take to the Congress?
I have already released a plan. I mentioned it earlier, the Liberate the Economy and American Paychecks Act. And what that calls for is getting rid of regulations that would hinder businesses from reopening and starting up. Also cutting taxes to the lowest tax bracket for every single individual working down to 10%. So we put more money in your pockets. A holiday on the payroll tax so businesses have an easier time getting open and putting money and investment in the business. We also need to look at reducing the regulations that are on businesses and some of those environmental regulations that are placed on them unnecessarily because there's a bureaucracy out there keeping their thumb on business. So thank you. That's what I'm going to do, Brandon Martin. You have great constituent services. What I want to do is day one, from the beginning, identify people here at the local level who are elected, our sheriffs, our people on the border.
Not Handy. Hi there. Flag. That's so cool.
There is no better candidate in this race or in any race in the country to secure the border. I've been there. I did it in the military. I worked on Fort Huachuca. And not budge when it comes to your liberty. And I promise you'll have all my energy in that task. Brandon Martin for Congress, BrandonMartinForCongress.com. Please check us out, get involved. I would appreciate your vote, and we're going to defeat Ann Kirkpatrick. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm going to close a little bit differently than I thought initially, because I really think right now for our community, it's all about post-COVID recovery, jobs, and the economy. It's household income issues. And I realize the shortcomings. The thing that I want to do most for our community is very simple. As a legislator, I want to make sure that when the opportunity...
Now it's your turn.
Right there. All right, we'll get a picture all together.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Bill.
4 clubs, 5 clubs, 6 clubs. Bill, come here. I'll get a picture of all of you. First, we'll get a video. Everybody say hi. Wave. Remember? Who are we? You were in there too. I was in the picture.
I talked to the sound guy.
We are the Slade. And we're still working.
We're working hard.
Yeah, we're working. And here's Ray and Martina. And Scott.
Winning.
Winning
Just
for
like
Pima County.
Yeah.
Yay.
Keep it red. Keep it red.
I am a council member for the town of Oro Valley, and I am a candidate for Pima County Supervisor.
Shutdowns of our economy. Now we have rioting in our streets, we have looting, and we're living in uncertain times. And these are times where we need strong leadership. Leadership that will take charge of the Pima County Board of Supervisors. Leadership that will bring conservative value and the agenda to the Pima County Board. Influx of people coming to this country illegally. I've been a business owner for...
Humor me for just a second. Everybody take a look at your hands. They're probably a little bit beaten up these days from all the washing and the sanitizing we've been doing, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
We're doing that not because some talking head tells us to. We're doing it because it's the right thing to do. And isn't that kind of a conservative hallmark that we as conservatives do the right thing by virtue of it being the right thing to do? I am Steve Spain, and I'm running for Pima County Supervisor in District 1 because I believe it is the right thing to do for Southern Arizona, for Pima County, for District 1.
because I do not want to see this seat fall into the hands of the establishment after, for the past 2 terms, past 8 years, it has been a grassroots. So I'd like to thank all of you for being here, thank the new assembly for allowing me to be here. I expect by the end of this evening that you too will want to vote Steve Spain. Thank you again.
Thank you all for being here. My name is Bill Beard. I'm running for the Pima County Board of Supervisors in District 1. I got interested in this race for one simple reason. I'm a 4th generation Tucsonan. My great-grandfather came out to southern Arizona in the late 1890s to do some mining down in Bisbee and in northern Sonora. He eventually got a job with the Southern Pacific Railroad and brought the family out here from Michigan to settle because he saw a future not just for himself, but for the generations after him. All too many people in Pima County today do not see a future for themselves.
Responsibilities to pay for Pima County services right now.
Good for us all. It's just a matter of
value, having a good economy.
Good infrastructure.
Hello.
Good infrastructure.
What's up? Just wanted to say hi. Looking forward to hitting the campaign with everyone and hitting the ground running to win for President Trump.
There you go. Go Trump.
Have a level.
Explain to me, what is this?
Yep, it's I'm now a member of the Honorable Order of Kentucky Colonels, and it's appointed by the Governor of Kentucky, and you serve as kind of like an aide-de-camp, which kind of like an advisor to the governor. But it's technically now it's like the highest honor that you can receive from the state of Kentucky and the governor in the state. So
Congratulations!
Kind of cool. Thanks.
Go into closing. You guys each have 3 minutes to reiterate your points, sell your argument, and tell the people why they should vote for you. Since Ms. Rhonda Pina drew the high card, you will be going first. Bearing with the heat and being here all day, we're gonna do, this concludes our debate for the evening. Please keep in mind that the deadline for voter registration is July 6th. Early ballots mail out July 8th for the August 4th primary. Whoever wins, help your Republican candidates get elected in Pima County. And most importantly of all, please, if you like what you heard today from our congressional candidates, from our supervisory candidates, look at their website, to Martina, and she will talk about the Republican National Hispanic Assembly. And I want to thank the RNHA Pima County for hosting us here today.
Thank you, Sergio. Great job. What a great job everybody did. That's amazing. Thank you all for participating. Thank you all for coming out and being out there in the heat. I know it got a little hot there, but the weather is now getting a little cooler. The Republican National Hispanic Assembly is a club, an organization to bring out the Hispanic vote, to get the word out to Hispanics about the conservative issues, to get them to back our president, to get them to back our conservative values. A lot of Hispanics do that, but they don't know